13, slate 20, take 2.
Thank you. Camera's set.
Action!
Probably the only garden left on Earth.
There used to be hundreds.
What do you think happened to them?
Again? One of these days I'll win.
Maybe one of these days I'll let you.
We're here with Matt, the creator and the director of this incredible project. Matt, how did you create this world? Where the inspiration came from?
I guess it kind of comes from many years of watching ridiculous amounts of sci-fi, from all the good ones to the bad ones. The most influence probably I've derived from things like Silent Running and sort of Space Odyssey. So the idea kind of built up around a brainstorm that was kind of, what can we make in one location to sort of build this film, originally supposed to be made in 2 days. What can we do to make it in those 2 days? So we were like, okay, we need one location, we need this, and we just I kind of wrote it out from that, just had an idea, smashed it all together and sort of fleshed it out as we went. And then through various input and as we went throughout the writing process to the point where we are now, we developed and built on the story based on all of us. It's a community project. It's more like a team project. We've all sort of said something and had our say. It's not been, you will do this kind of thing.
But I was looking at the screens and looking at something.
Yeah, you see kind of scrolling around as if like you're checking what you're doing. So you don't know, this would be like stats.
When we talk about Last Garden and you read the script, what did it grab you? Why did you join it?
Well, I joined the project because the title in itself caught my attention. You know, thinking about climate change and where we are going in society, what would happen to us if we were left with the last garden on Earth. I thought it was a really interesting concept. Also, I love science fiction, so, you know, dystopian projects, the end of the world, sign me in. And the possibility of playing this type of role, which I've never really done before, I thought it was an amazing chance to work on it.
Let's talk about Aaron and what was the challenge to actually portray an AI as an actor?
The challenges for me were to find a balance. I'm a very expressive person and, you know, I'm always like talking with my hands and making faces. And an AI or a robotic humanoid has to be more calm and still and expressionless. But I didn't want her to be very like robotic because the character of James still needs to care about her enough to not want to lose her. So yeah, that was a bit of a challenge for me to like slow down, but it was a good practice, good character to play.
Okay. So we're ready already? Yep. Stand by. Oh, nice. Got it.
Got it.
Cut.
We are with Peter, the producer of The Last Garden. Peter, can you tell us why did you join this project and what were the challenges as a producer?
Well, challenges, quite a few. But sorry, I don't want to be rude. I just want to say hello. Thank you very much for having me. Well, the challenges and the project is a really cool project if you think about it. How you know, like once it's finished and you guys get to see it, it's gonna be really cool. And I do believe that it's very topical. You know, like the subject of you know, like global warming and what's happening in the world in general. So for now, at the moment, it's probably sci-fi, but maybe in some years, you know, it might be something that we really need to be, you know, thinking of like really seriously. And then, and I don't know, when I read the script, I was really intrigued. I was really interested. I was like, oh, this could be such a really cool thing.
I wanted to ask you, as an actor, what was the challenge to portray James, the doctor, in The Last Garden?
The challenge was, it wasn't really a challenge. It was sort of like it was more like because I see him as like a really cool character who's sort of, you know, like a very like a lonely guy who's sort of like, you know, who's in need of a friend, you know, because he's sort of, I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, he's sort of like, there is that need for a friend, and he finally has a friend, and he doesn't want to lose his friend.
We'll see it more in the single. If you look, when you go to where you'll be looking at the single, just excluding that single.
And if I mention to you Last Garden, what does it mean to you?
The Last Garden means a wake-up call, because I think we all need to wake up to the world that we have right now. We have to take care of it. So yeah, The Last Garden is a wake-up call.
What the Last Garden means to you?
At the moment, it means everything to me, and I mean that's a bit exaggerated, but no, it's our first baby, I'd say. You know, like Matt and I, that we sort of like build this, you know, like a friendship, and like almost like a working relationship that we have, and then, you know, I hope it's one of many, and then you know, like we just want to make some great projects, and you know, share it with the world, and like, you know, that's gonna share the messages of our projects that we want to sort of like share in the world.
So I'm Matthew, this is Peter. I'm the writer, director, production designer of this. Peter is actor, producer extraordinaire.
And we would like to say, well, I would like to say, on my behalf, thank you very much for you know, joining us today, and that we, you know, you get to see the first screen of our little baby.
Should probably give a little something about the film. So it kind of comes from like my obsession with, you know, the end of the world, this kind of crazy nihilistic, apocalyptic obsession. You know, wow, fun stuff, you know. But effectively, what I wanted to make out of it was the fact that, you know, it's all going to shit, regardless of what we do. But I've tried to base it as much on current technology as we have at the moment, and the fact that it kind of gives hope in the respect that we can do it. We don't need the fucking system, we don't need anything. Like, we can make it, we can literally do this film by ourselves. So, this is Last Garden, and I think my final thanks is to Peter, because like, I found an actor who was literally willing to produce it, star in it, and pay for it. Like, well, 50-50, but who else puts fucking money into this shit otherwise? So, yeah, and we made it.
He was a kid.
So Max briefly touched upon this, but when making this film, did you have a target audience that you was making this film for? And if so, what impacts do you want this film to leave for those viewers?
You're fucking philosophical.
Final production manager, baby.
Personally, no, I didn't have a target audience. I wanted to sort of make something. I mean, I've been making all kinds of random shit throughout the past 5-10 years. And it just kind of culminated in this. As far as target audience, I guess it's sci-fi fans. You know, anyone like sci-fi? The takeout would be, you know, standard Black Mirror sort of style.
Yeah.
Like, watch it, like, see it in front of your eyes. Let's try and be as stark as possible, as realistic as possible. Like, I tried not to delve too far into the realms of, you know, space and too mystical sci-fi that you don't quite get at this point in time. So trying to keep it current and relevant, I think, was the biggest point that, you know, would be kind of like, if anyone has watched Extrapolations on Apple, I mean, that's a big plug, but great show because it's just based on fact, literal fact, calculated throughout the past next 100 years. So. And also, thank you all for making this happen. Like, we wouldn't have done it without you, to be fair. Like, it would have been me, Peter, and Max with a camera and like a bunch.